Twitter permanently bans James O'Keefe as soon as he destroys CNN. That seems a little odd. CNN and Twitter are two different entities, right?
In theory, yes, although I think we all know the media is really all batting for the same team, and it's become more and more evident, especially in the age of social media and mass censorship, that this really is coordinated. You'll see some obscure right-wing figure get banned from Twitter, and then it's Facebook, then it's Instagram, then it's Snapchat, and then by the end of the week, they're banned from Uber Eats, and I don't really see how that happens without any mass coordination. So I think that's what we're seeing here. And of course, the other proof of that is that it only ever happens in one direction. There's never a case where the left is exposing someone for the right and gets banned for the same reasons that they cite on the other side. They censored that Hunter Biden story claiming it was a hacked materials policy. And then I think it was either yesterday or the day before, there was a story trending about exposing, quote unquote, exposing people who donated to Kyle Rittenhouse. And that, of course, was hacked information. So, if they were applying their standards consistently, we wouldn't see what's happening.
Matt, what should we do about that Kyle Rittenhouse example you just gave? Look, I know what I think we should do, and I realize this is unpopular. I think whether you do it under the cloak of being a journalist or not, if you expose somebody's private information online, I believe you should have yours exposed. I don't do that because I want anybody hurt. I don't want anyone hurt ever. I do that because I think unless you are scared to do it, you're going to do it anyway, and they should be scared to dox people.
Well, my first suggestion would be donate more to the Kyle Rittenhouse fund, obviously. Secondly, the problem with our side is we don't actually fight back. Like when the left punches us in the face, we sneer and go, I guess they're not tolerant after all, as opposed to, actually fighting back and using their tactics against them. As much as we don't like the left, their tactics seem to work pretty well. And we'd be probably better adept, just at least, have it be proportional. Like I'm not saying go on the offense, come out guns blazing, but yeah, if they dock someone or are going to cancel us over a comment we made 36 years ago, I think it's fair that, you at least Twitter annoy these people or escalate it a bit. But it's listen, I wish we didn't have these rules, but they made the rules and we don't really have a choice but to obey them if we want it to be an equal ground. But you know what I mean.
Matt, why does our side struggle with that so much? Because I'll say things like this all the time out, telling people we've moved into a different era, but this is not what it was like before. We have to play offense now. We have to do things that make us uncomfortable now, and it does. It makes our side very, very uncomfortable. Why the difference in mentality?
Well, I think most conservatives have this, and I used to have this naive view that politics is, even though we have different parties, it is a team sport. And, ultimately we want the same thing at the end of the day, and we have different policies to achieve it. It's been very clear, particularly in the past 10 years, that really is not the case. We really have no shared values with a lot of these people on the left. And it's not like, it's not just like, hey, we want everyone to have health care, but you want this plan and we want this plan. It's, we want police, they don't want police, and we are worlds apart, and there really is no middle ground. They control everything. They control entertainment, they control pop culture, they control now the government, and we can make a whole list of just parts of our day-to-day experience that are dominated by the left, and it gives people this perception there's a default liberal reality, and the amount of brainwashing we have to undo is incredible. Just K through 12, there's all brainwashing there. Just college, having some more representation in music and in movies and in TV shows. It's a whole. You'd have to sort of redo society to give us even a semblance of representation, and we're not, unfortunately, really doing that much. Although I know there are people that are trying, like Ben Shapiro is doing a good job trying to get in more movies and all that. But I think we need more of a concerted effort to kind of, make our own alternative economy, if you will, to what the left has.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.